process, you can just think about that difficult job that your boss gave you in the office. That is going to take your mind away from the pleasure for a while. And once you have been able to distract your mind from that enjoyment that is happening, it is going to help you last longer. Let's look at 5 tips that help reduce premature ejaculation. Now, when we talk about premature ejaculation, it means that the man is ejaculating way earlier than he is supposed to do. So imagine if 5 seconds or 10 seconds of sexual activity, the man has already ejaculated. This can be really frustrating for the partner or sometimes even the man involved, because every man wants to be on top of the game. They want to show that, oh yes, they are the head at every point. So once this is happening, it can be really frustrating for both the man and even the partner. So in this video, we are going to be looking at 5 ways to prevent premature ejaculation. These are just natural ways, simple things that you can do. And so if this is something you would want to really know, then you should continue watching this video. And if you are not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and turn on notification so you keep getting updates when there's a new one. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming around. Hit the like button right away as we dive straight into looking at this point. The number 1 is that you use a thicker condom. Now, the thicker the condom, the less sensitive contact you're going to be making with your partner's genitalia. Now, the reason most times men ejaculate is due to the sensitivity. Once the sensitivity becomes high, the pleasure becomes high, they just ejaculate. But once the sensitivity is reduced, then it's going to delay the excitement and you will realize that sex is going to come longer than normal. So if you have been having this problem, then you should try using a thick condom to see. Now, most of the condoms in the pharmacies are not very thick. Most of them are light to ensure that you still get maximum pleasure. But if you realize that you are not actually achieving what you need to achieve with sex, then you should try using this. It is worth experimenting. You can go and ask them for a thicker condom, just okay, the one that is more thicker. Sometimes you can decide to double to see if it's going to give you the same result. Number 2 is to take a deep breath. Now, while in the process, just take a deep breath or just keep taking different episodes of deep breath. This is going to help shut down the ejaculatory reflex. Now, this is the reflex that helps to just cause you to release very fast. But once you're taking a deep breath, you're being conscious of what is happening, and the reflex, that ejaculatory reflex, is being delayed. And so you realize that all of a sudden you are lasting longer. So if you're watching this and your partner is not here, you can relate it to him and then you try to let them try it. It is something that is worth experimenting. So while in the process, you just breathe in. Once you are doing that, the ejaculatory reflex is shut down, is cut off, is kind of delayed, and so you are going to have longer episode of pleasurable sex before you eventually ejaculate. You can try that. It is very important. It does not require you paying any money. It's just for you to breathe in deeply. That's very important. Number 3 is do positions that decrease sensitivity. Now, there are positions that increases your sensitivity. Once there's an increased sensitivity, just know that anything can happen. So you should use positions, maybe like your partner on top, like the lady on top. Some persons might not be comfortable with that, but you can think about positions that you are very comfortable with, but reduces your sensitivity. And once that is done, you realize that the sensitivity is reduced, and so the man is able to stay longer before he eventually releases. So that's very important. So you can try different positions with your partner and then try to see if a position works better, and once that is achieved, then you can continue to use that, and that's going to help prolong your ability to maintain erection and continue your sexual activity before you will eventually release. Number 4 says you should try some mental diversion. And what does this mean? It means that you should think about something abstract, something non-related to the sex that is happening. Maybe while you're in the process, you can just think about that difficult job that your boss gave you in the office. That is going to take your mind away from the pleasure for a while. And once you have been able to distract your mind from that enjoyment that is happening, it is going to help you last longer. So just try to distract yourself from what is going on and just think about something. You can just don't think about something sweet or something very enjoyable. Just think about something not very pleasant. And once you're thinking about that, it's going to just bring you back to reality and help you understand that, oh, there is something to do. And so it's going to reduce the level of enjoyment and the level of pleasure you're getting. And that will in turn reduce your ability to ejaculate very early. And this is a very good way to delay ejaculation a bit. Most times when you put your mind into something, especially sex, trust me, as a man, and you begin to the pleasure begins to get in, then you might just release, and then you're just worried. Less than 1 minute, 5 seconds, it's all easy. It's easy to really work on this. So you can try this. All of these methods are things that you should try out, and I'm very positive that they are going to help you. Now, number 5 is do lots of kegel exercise. Now, kegel exercise is a kind of exercise that just helps you keep urine for a long time. So just assume that you were in a birthday party or in an occasion, or you were in a presentation and you are the one presenting, and then all of a sudden you felt like, oh, you were pressed. You know that exercise you do down there, holding your pelvic floor very tight to ensure that you do not urinate until you are done with your presentation. That is kegel exercise. Or just assume that you are in an exam hall and you are writing the exam, you're pressed, but you know that whether if you go to ease yourself, the time is not going to be increased, and then you just try to hold that urine to make sure that you are done with your exam before you go to ease yourself. It happened to me recently when I went to write the exam. Before the exam started, I took permission that I wanted to ease myself, but the examiner said they cannot allow me go now. Exam is about to start, and I said, okay, no problem. So we started the exam, and then like 30 minutes into the exam, the examiner came to my table and said, do you still want to ease yourself? We said, no, I am not longer interested. And that was how I sat there, completed my exam. I didn't even ease myself in the exam center. I went all the way home. I was able to hold it. So that is what kegel exercise is. So if you are able to practice it, even when you are not pressed, then during sexual contact, you can actually do that. You just hold the muscle of the pelvic floor, and this is going to help you last longer than expected before you eventually ejaculate. So if you're someone who have been experiencing premature ejaculation, even before you start, you've already ejaculated, then you should try these activities to see if they are going to help you. And I'm sure they are definitely going to help you. These are things that do not require you taking any pills and do not require you doing anything extra. All you need to do is just practice them and see if they are going to yield any positive result for you. But I'm very sure they will help you a lot. If you think this was helpful, then kindly hit the like button if you've not done that, and subscribe as well. And then you can check out other videos that are related to this topic in the video section or in the description. And I hope that you are able to get over the situation. Thank you so much for watching. See you again in the next video.